Hello viewers, welcome to UN Digital class. In my previous lecture, I have already discussed about the A-star search algorithm. Now, in this lecture, I am going to discuss about the min-max algorithm. Let us start. First of all, what is min-max algorithm? Min-max algorithm is a recursive or backtracking algorithm. That means here in min-max algorithm we use the recursive or backtracking function. Then next, it is used for decision making and game theory. This is the important part of min-max algorithm, which means this min-max algorithm is basically used for developing the game. Then next, it provides an optimal move for the player. That means in min-max algorithm, it always provides the optimal moves for the player, assuming that the opponent also playing optimally. Then next, this algorithm basically used for two-player games. Here, the games are such as chess, checker, tic-tac-toe and other games. That means this algorithm is basically used for the two-player games. Then next, two-player means one player is the max player, another player is the min player, and the max player always select the maximized value and the min player always select the minimized value. Then both the player fight as the other player gets the minimized benefit and they get the maximized benefit, which means in min-max algorithm each player play according to get their maximum benefit or maximum point, and assuming that the other player getting the minimized benefit. That is the main aim of min-max game theory. Then next, it performs a depth first search. That means in min-max algorithm uses DFS to explore the search tree. Now, take one example for better understanding. Now, this is our search tree for min-max algorithm. In min-max algorithm, there are two players. One is the max player, another one is the min player. Again, this algorithm follows the DFS search. First, it goes to the depth of our search tree to reach the terminals. Here, these are the terminals of our search tree, and these terminals are assigned some value, and these values are called the utility values for the terminals. Now, suppose take this A node is our initial node, and the maximizer takes the first turn. That means in the first turn, suppose the maximizer gets the worst initial value, which is minus infinity. Then the next turn will be the minimizer. Now the minimizer takes the next turn and it will also get the worst initial value, suppose that is plus infinity. Now these are the initial value for the maximizer and the minimizer. Now we start our algorithm. In step 1, here the first turn is maximizer. That means we calculate the utility value for the maximizer. For calculating the utility value for the maximizer, first of all we have to compare the initial value of the maximizer with the terminal value. Now look at here the initial value for our maximizer is minus infinity. That means now this minus infinity is compared with our first terminal value. Here our first terminal is h and which value is 3. That means in step 1 for node D, here for this node we have to calculate the maximized utility value, and this node is at the maximized level. That means for node D, first of all we check this terminal value with the initial value of maximizer. Now we check max between in minus infinity 3. Here the maximum value is 3. Now again this value is checked or compared with the next terminal value. Here the next terminal is I, which value is 2. That means again here we compare maximum value between 3 and 2, which is equal to 3. Again we compare this value with the next terminal, that is j, which value is -1. That means max 3 minus 1, that is equal to 3. That means for this node D, our maximizer value or utility value is 3. Next, in the step 2, we take the node E. For node E, here we also calculate the utility value for the node E. Now compare the terminal value with the maximizer initial value. That means here 4 is compared with the minus infinity, that is max of minus infinity 4. Here the maximum value is 4. Now this value is compared with the next terminal value, that is L, which value is 5. Now max of 4, 5, which is equal to 5. Next this 5 will compare with the next terminal value, that is M, then max of 5, 1, which is equal to 5. Now here 5 is your utility value or maximized value for the node E. Similarly, we calculate the utility value for the node F. Then in the step 3, that is for node F. Similarly, here we check the initial value of the maximizer with this node value, that means max of minus infinity, minus 2. Now here the maximum value is minus 2. Again we compare this value with the next terminal value, that is O. Now max of minus 2, 3. Here the maximum value is 3. Now from this the 3 is our maximized value for the node F or the utility value for the node F. Again in the step 4, we calculate the maximized value for the node G. Similarly, we check the initial value of maximizer with this node value, that means max of minus infinity minus 4, which is equal to minus 4. Again we compare this value with our next terminal value, that is equal to max of minus 4 minus 1, which is equal to minus 1. Now our utility value for this node G is minus 1. At this point our maximizer turn will be over. Now our minimizer turn starts. Next we take the node B, which is the turn of a minimizer. Then step 5 for node B. Here for node B, first we take the minimizer initial value, which is plus infinity, and we compare this value with the corresponding successor value of node B. That means this infinity will be compared with the D value, which is 3. That means mean of infinity, 3, which is equal to 3. Now these 3 value will be compared with the node E value, here node E value is 5. Now we take mean of 3, 5, which is equal to 3. That means The utility value for our node B is 3, which is the minimum value between these two values 3 and 5. Next we calculate the utility value for node C, that is step 6 for node C. Here we take the initial value of our minimizer, which is infinity. Then we compare this infinity with this value, that is 3. Then mean of infinity 3, which is equal to 3. Then again we compare this value, that is 3, with the -1. That means mean of 3 and -1, which is equal to -1. That means here -1 is our utility value for the node C, and this node B and C are the minimizer term. That means in this level we calculate the minimum value by comparing the initial value of the minimizer with individual nodes. Then next we calculate the utility value for our node A, which is the initial node, and this node is the term of maximizer. Now take the step 7. In step 7, here we calculate the utility value for node A, and this node A is the maximizer term. That means here we calculate the maximum value from these two values. Now first of all we take this initial value of our maximizer and compare with each value or each successor node value. First we take max of -infinity, 3, that is equal to 3. Again we compare this value with the -1, that is equal to max of 3, -1, which is 3. Now this 3 is our utility value for node A. Now this is our complete workflow for min max algorithm. Here the main aim of min max algorithm is to design a two-player games like the chess game, tic-tac game and other two-player games. Here two players are maximizer and minimizer. The maximizer always select the maximum value and the minimizer always select the minimum value. Next, properties of min max algorithm. Here the first properties of min max algorithm is complete. That means our min max algorithm is complete because it always provides a solution. For this reason it is called a complete algorithm. Then next properties is optimality, which means the min max algorithm always provides us a optimal solution because here each player plays optimally. That means the two player always select their best solution or best optimality. Like the mean player always select the minimized value, whereas max player always select the maximized value, which provides us the optimality. Then next, time complexity. Here the time complexity of our min max algorithm is order of big O of b to the power m. Here b is nothing but the branching factor and m is nothing but our depth of search tree. Since our min max algorithm follows DFS algorithm, for this reason here time complexity is big O of b to the power m. Then space complexity. Space complexity of our min max algorithm is big O of bm. These are the properties of our min max algorithm. Next, limitations of min max algorithm. The most important limitation of min max algorithm is that it goes slow for complex game such as chess, because in chess game there are huge number of branching factor and the player has lots of choice to decide. So that for developing this game by using the min max algorithm takes lots of time, or here the time complexity is much more. Now take one example for another limitation. Now look at this search tree. This is our search tree for min max algorithm. Suppose take this is our initial node and this is the max turn, and these nodes are for the minimizer turn, and here these nodes are maximizer turn, and these nodes are the terminals. Here you also take the terminals for these nodes. Now look at here the terminals value are 1, 3, 2. Now for this node D, when we calculate the utility value, that means for node D we calculate the maximized value. For this we check this terminal value with the initial value of our maximizer. Here the initial value of our maximizer is minus infinity, which is the worst case value of our maximizer. Now we check this value with this node value. When we check this node value, this maximizer value with this node value, that means minus infinity 1. Here we calculate the maximum value. Now from this the maximum value is 1. After that we check this value with this, that means we calculate the maximum value between 1 and 3, which is equal to 3. Again we calculate the maximized value by comparing this 3 value with the terminal value, that is the j value, which is 2. That means here we calculate maximum value between 3 and 2, which is equal to 3. Here now look at this, the maximum value for this node D is 3. Now look at the terminals of node D. Here the terminals H, which value is 1, and the terminal I, which value is 3. Now these 3 value is the maximized value between these terminals, and this value is the maximized value for this node D. That means when we get this maximized value, then our algorithm also checks the next terminal, which is takes time for checking. If we get the maximum value for our node, then we may not check the next terminals, or we may not compare with the next terminal value. But in your min max algorithm, it checks every terminal value, which is the one of the limitation of our min max algorithm. These limitations are overcome by the alpha beta pruning algorithm. In alpha beta pruning algorithm, when we get the maximized value, then we cannot check the next terminals, whether there is one terminal or more than one terminal. Once we get the maximized value or minimized value for our current node, then we cannot check the other terminal value. This is the alpha beta pruning algorithm, which I will discuss in my next lecture. But this is all about the min max algorithm. Here in min max algorithm, you must remember that it is a recursive algorithm or backtracking algorithm, because when we calculate the utility value for each node, first we follow the DFS, that means we go to the depth of our search tree to reach the terminal nodes. When we reach the terminal nodes, then we compare the values of terminal with the initial value. Then we backtrack by assigning the utility value of each node. Again, when we reach the initial node, then our algorithm stops. For this reason, this algorithm is called a recursive algorithm or backtracking algorithm. And another important point is that this algorithm is most used for two-player games. And here the two players are min player and the max player. If you have any doubt regarding this min max algorithm, then you can ask me through comment. I will reply you and discuss about your doubt. Thank you for watching.